Since Caitlin Clark has entered the league, the prevailing conversation around the WNBA has been drawing power.
Angel Reese once confidently claimed that fans watch women's basketball because of her. A strong statement. But when she returned to LSU as a member of the Chicago Sky, the reality told a different story. You might expect Baton Rouge to give her a hero's welcome, right?
There's one thing that Angel Reese is not. Angel Reese is not a draw. If you haven't believed me before, this weekend further proved that point. Because the Bayou Barbie was officially rejected in the Bayou. Angel Reese was rejected at home.
But that wasn't the case. The 13,000-seat arena was barely half full. Just 6,300 fans showed up, and even that might be a generous count. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark was drawing sellout crowds, with fans spending thousands just to catch a glimpse during preseason. The difference? Stark. We've got the photos to prove it. Reese might wish those rows of empty seats could vanish from the internet. $15 tickets sat untouched. Free ones were handed out, yet the silence inside spoke volumes. Remember when she claimed she was the reason fans were tuning in? Well, it seems the attention was focused somewhere else. If you're backing Caitlin, drop CC is the needle in the comments below. Let's go.
How embarrassing. Now, you're not going to hear this from the mainstream media who continues to pretend that the Bayou Barbie is beloved. You're not going to hear this from the media who continues to pretend that Angel Reese is a huge star.
So let's break down why this LSU homecoming may have hit harder than one of Reese's off-target layups. And no, this wasn't just any regular game. It was meant to be her moment. Her triumphant return to the campus that helped launch her into stardom. The same campus where she once celebrated on national TV with a championship trophy in hand. The same place where fans used to chant her name like she was the pride of LSU. This was supposed to be her spotlight, her grand re-entry as the hometown hero.
The Chicago Sky go into LSU, the home court of Angel Reese. Man, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
Instead, it felt more like a ghost town with a scoreboard. Photos from that night are all over social media. And let's just say, they aren't exactly flattering for Reese. Massive portions of the arena sat eerily quiet, with entire sections untouched by a single spectator. Rows of empty plastic seats stretched across the venue, and the upper level never even opened because they couldn't fill the lower one. For someone who's claimed to be changing the game, the atmosphere felt less like a triumphant homecoming and more like a forgotten open mic night.
Nobody showed up to this sucker. Nobody. Let me just blow this. Look at that. I noticed it right off the bat. Look, number one, look at all the purple seats down here in this lower bowl section. And then the entire top bowl, forget about it. Forget about it.
And here's the most surprising part. Tickets were dirt cheap, heavily discounted, and some were even handed out for free. Most seats went for around $15. That's less than parking at most NBA games, cheaper than a movie, and popcorn combo. Yet, fans still didn't show up. You could have thrown in a coupon and a selfie opportunity, and the seats would have remained empty. The same player who once claimed to be the reason people tune into women's basketball couldn't even draw half a crowd at the very school where her legend began. Let that sink in.
Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese are not the same. Both had their homecoming celebrations this weekend. One of them sold out in 27 minutes. The other one couldn't give away free tickets.
Let's crunch the numbers for a moment. To hit just 50% capacity in that 13,000-seat arena, they needed around 6,770 fans. Angel didn't even reach that, falling short by about 300. That's not a close call. That's a complete miss. And when someone constantly talks about transforming the game, drawing fewer fans than a small town concert, isn't exactly the statement she was hoping to make.
In case you were wondering, I did do the math. How many seats were actually left last night? Over 6,800. In a 13,000 capacity arena, there was over 6,800 seats still available. And some people were saying, by the way, that literally there were some $15 tickets out there.
And then even the broadcast seemed to sense something was off. Camera. Angles were tighter than ever, almost like they were trying to hide the turnout. But unfortunately for Angel, social media doesn't miss a thing. Fans quickly shared the raw reality. An arena echoing with silence, seats left vacant, and visuals that told a different story than the narrative she's been pushing about her. Stardom.
Look at all those empty seats, folks. That is crazy as hell. I mean, empty, all that. Never mind all this. They could have put black tarps over it. Look at that. Look at that. Look, the WNBA still got problems. They got problems over and beyond one player. I don't know what they do about it.
You might be thinking, okay, it's just one game. What's the big deal? But here's where it gets interesting. Angel's been confidently claiming for months that she's the reason behind the surge in women's basketball popularity, that she's the spark bringing in new fans. But the numbers tell a different story. Empty seats don't lie. Neither does the silence in that arena. She can post as many Instagram reels as she wants, but 6,300 fans in a 13,000-seat venue says more than any caption ever could. That's all the fact-checking anyone needs.
The Brazilians sent their national team to Baton Rouge to open the WNBA preseason against the Chicago Bravado. The event was marketed as a homecoming for Angel Reese. The Bayou Barbie returns to the Bayou to be worshipped by her millions and millions of adoring fans.
It was supposed to be a full-circle moment, a hero's return. Instead, it felt more like a PR flop wrapped in a participation trophy. The very place where Angel Reese built her brand barely showed up for her. Even her most loyal fans seemed to have other plans. And if Reese can't draw a crowd at LSU, the question becomes, where can she? Meanwhile, let's talk about the player who is bringing fans to the game, Caitlin Clark. While Reese played to scattered applause and tight camera shots, Clark was packing entire arenas. Her preseason game in Iowa wasn't just full, it was electric. Every seat taken, every fan on their feet. Ticket demand was so high that scalpers probably made a month's rent. The energy, unmatched. Caitlin Clark isn't just attracting crowds. She's creating unforgettable moments.
Good luck finding affordable tickets for the Indiana Fever preseason game against Brazil at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Seats at the arena for the May 4th matchup between the Indiana Fever and Brazil were first offered to season ticket holders and a few top donors. It didn't take long for them to be gone.